So the first player that we're going to look at from LSU, Paul Skeens.
With the first pick, the Pittsburgh Pirates pick Paul Skeens.
Infielder Tommy Troy.
Next up, we got Matt McLean.
Nolan Shanuel. Chase Dollander. Matt Shaw.
Bryce Rain. Ethan Schiefelbein. This is the most polished left-handed pitcher we've seen in the...
Here's the really interesting thing about that.
Because we create baseball players. We train them to do what they want to do to become as elite as they possibly can. Listen, there is a lot of talent in this year's draft. There's a lot of talent in every year's draft, and sometimes there's more of a clear consensus than others. This year, you have a lot of talented players, and no one, it seems, has really taken that leap to be the consensus 1-1. But to me, if you're looking for an arm, the fact that Seth Hernandez is not being talked about more is ridiculous. When you're looking at Seth Hernandez, you're looking about as polished of a prospect that you've seen since Paul Skeens. And I know this and can say this because I've trained and worked with both of them, okay? I've known Seth since he's about 11 years old. We moved away from Southern California a long time ago. He's worked with lots of other people. I'm not standing here claiming him. I'm just telling you I know him. And that is a dog. And if you watch video of him pitch, that is about as effortless as you're going to see 98 miles an hour come out of a high school kid's hand. He's got 4+ pitches that grade out right now. I mean, the stuff is electric. The delivery is really, really clean. There's a lot of really incredible things happening there. And when you start to look at the mock drafts, people have him going, third, they have him going fifth, they have him going eighth. Everybody's scared to put him at that 1-1 slot. I'm telling you right now, Mike Rizzo, if you're watching this, if you're listening, you're the Nationals GM, if you're looking for an arm and you look somewhere else, how are you going to go somewhere else? And then in 3 days, when you're looking at your model over here, another team got a better prospect than you did, and you had the opportunity. This is not a regular high school kid. This is a kid that's been training his whole life. This is a kid that's been going after this his whole life. And when you watch what he does, it's pretty special. And everybody seems to agree on that. But people want to look elsewhere at 1-1. And I understand if as an organization, you're looking at different things. You're wanting to get a high school shortstop, or you're wanting a position player more than a pitcher, right? And there's guys in this draft class that have a ton of upside. But man, Seth is going to fly through a minor league system. Seth is going to carve minor league hitters, especially with what we're seeing in the minor leagues right now with all that swing and miss. You take a polished kid like that, you insert him in an organization, he's going to move through pretty fast, okay? I wouldn't expect his time in the minor leagues to be really long. It's not like he needs a ton of development. He's about as close to something like Skeens as you're going to find in the draft, especially coming out of high school. He's a savage on the mound. He's a savage competitor. 4+ pitches, moves are clean, arm is clean, and he's got a really incredible future ahead of him. I really don't understand how there is not way more talk. Like, I'm looking at a mock draft yesterday. It says Seth Hernandez, about 5% possibility. That is insanity. That is pure insanity. At the end of the day, there's never been a high school right-handed pitcher taken 1-1. And I think it's about time that changes. If it is going to change, that's the guy that should change it. All right, so now let's take a look at Seth's mechanics, okay? This is from 2024 over the summer, right? This is from area codes. And this was a 100-mile-an-hour pitch, okay? We're going to take a look at it in slow motion, right? And then we're going to break it down here. So after he gets to that leg lift, you see him catching that drift forward, right? He's got this real nice, easy drift, right? Look at that upper body load everything around that backside, right? That's keeping his pelvis. Look where his hips are facing. He's getting all the way down the mound, and look where the hips are facing. And then at that last second, as he's transitioning from this foot to that foot, he's reaching back a little more. Those hips are going to open. Now take a look here, okay? The hips have opened up where they need to. Foot's in the ground. Stride angle's just a touch closed. We got the elbow even with the trunk line, right? Forearm ready to go. Ready to get laid back behind that humerus. Look at that gorgeous layback. And watch that arm just unwind out and around against that front side. That's pretty darn good. And when you got a high school kid that's like, I don't know, 17 and a half, sitting 98 to 100, making it look buttery, that's different, especially when they have pitchability. You know, we're in a day and age where guys are throwing harder and harder now, and people are trying to light up radar guns. And that's a part of it, like throwing hard, that's important, that's real. But if you can't pitch with that velocity, it really doesn't matter. Does he look like he's like grunting and trying real hard to throw that pitch, or does he look like he's cruising? Well, let's take a look at a pitch from this season. How about that? About as buttery as you're gonna find it. Let's take a look at this front angle. Nice and easy, cruising down the mound, right? Just a touch closed on the stride, foot's down, arm is up, turning a beautiful corner around the trunk and getting against that lead side, right against that lead heel. I mean, that's pretty. That's pretty. There's not too many high school kids ever that have the capability to do this. Seth has been pitching for a longer period of time, but Paul wasn't here until he got to his freshman year of college. It wasn't until his freshman year of college when he started getting up into that 97, 100 mile an hour range. Seth was there his sophomore year of high school. I think he was up to 98. Junior year summer, he's sitting 98 to 100 at a whole bunch of events, but he's not trying for it. He's pitching. He's moving clean, trying to execute pitches, and he's sitting at those velocities with 4+ pitches. If you're looking for an arm, for me, this is a no-brainer at 1-1. And the fact that he's a high school right-handed pitcher, that's insane. That's insane. I get risk mitigation, but in the big leagues, like I feel like big league teams have to do a better job of evaluating players, and it can't all be about risk mitigation. We got to look for floor and ceiling, and we got to think about upside, and whether or not the kid is right-handed and in high school shouldn't matter. Stuff is stuff, and each individual person over the course of time is going to be different.